Okay, so I'm here today with Ken from Integrity Fitness, and I've actually didn't recognise your stand when I first walked past. It just isn't what I know of Integrity.
No, that's right, because this year we're focusing on functional equipment, whereas in previous years it's been more our pin-loaded, free weight equipment, but the industry just seems to be moving to this functional style of equipment at an incredible pace. It's just virtually every gym that is now setting up is allotting an area to functional fitness. I guess we've got the CrossFit as well that might be described as sort of an extreme functional fitness, perhaps. A little hard to know where to draw the line.
Yeah, I kind of define them as minimalistic in a way, because it just really, there isn't much on offer. When you actually look at the equipment, you're giving them ways to actually do the movements they want, but you're not actually giving them weight stacks anymore, are you? You're giving them bars and jungle gyms, and it's what they want.
That is an interesting way of putting it. You're right. So yeah, there is less definition of movement because of less machines. I guess the flip side of that is there has to be a little bit more knowledge and creativity, which is I guess why instructors are probably going to be more important than they have been.
Yep.
Whereas it's pretty hard to get a chest press wrong in the chest press machine, but when you're operating in an environment like this, monkey bars, bands, stretching, battle ropes, yeah, it's a whole new learning process.
Yeah, and I guess that's a point I hadn't thought of before, that the instructor does become more important in this environment because there is more requirement to actually instruct as opposed to just do that exercise. There's just what exercise?
Yes.
It's unlimited, isn't it?
That is true. It is. It's pretty much unlimited. It's down to creativity, it seems.
Yep.
And with that, I think there seems to be a whole new push of education. There is a retraining of the instructors, and I guess once the instructor has trained the gym goers, well then they might be able to let loose on themselves. But the other aspect of this style of equipment does seem to be group training.
Yes.
So that brings with another motivational factor, I guess.
And group training has been on the incline for more than half a decade. It's really trending as the way to exercise, particularly in the gym environment.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's been trending, but now it seems to be it's been exponential, the curve. Now with the introduction of this style of equipment, you're giving tools that just lend itself perfectly to group training.
Yeah. I think that last year when I came to the show, Life Fitness really was the main one that had the Synergy 360, and this year obviously you have had it for a while, haven't you? How long have you actually been producing this?
About a year now, right. in this format. Prior to this, we've had half racks and power racks that were connected by certain bars, chin-up bars. But yeah, now we're going all out though.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I find quite amazing, that so many companies are actually now coming out, but they're not the standard CrossFit kind of just simple bars and whatnot. They're upmarket. You, as a studio or a gym owner, you want these things in your gym. You don't want the basic bars, do you?
That's true. It's upmarket gyms and studios. They also want things that look good, because when you get a potential member walk in the door, you want to create a wow factor. So it is important for things to look good.
And do you have a recommendation as to how many people can use this piece at once?
This piece here, it does depend on the instructor and the program they're working to, but up to, believe it or not, 12, because also there will be, because it does depend, of course, on what accessories you hang off of it.
Of course.
But yeah, something this size can easily accommodate a class of 12.
Wow. Okay, that's brilliant. So the dual weight stack, what I guess I used to, what we traditionally know is the ground-based trainer. A different form has actually been introduced into the Super Duty range, hasn't it?
That's right. Yes. So it is one of the available stations. So I guess the best way to describe this system is there are 5 stations ones we call a stretching station, a half rack station, a boxing station, a rebounder station, and a dual pulley station, and they are what holds up the monkey bars.
So it's also stability, base stability.
That's right. Although many of the stations can freestand, it's probably just as well to think of it as the stations are holding up the monkey bars rather than the other way around.
Yep.
Because you've always got some dead space between the stations, and now you can make use of it.
Yep.
You can hang boxing bags off of this, suspension straps, as well as the bodyweight exercises, of course.
Right. Now, another thing that I really love about this system is that it's that kind of mix of like that brute force that you're used to in this kind of training, but you've also got the bright yellow monkey bars. I mean, it's a bit of fun. Did you have fun creating this one?
It is, mate. There's a touch, I guess you might call a touch of whimsy in there with the colours, because you don't want to alienate half of the population by making something look too gruesome.
No.
So while it's heavy duty, it's certainly, we wanted it to look fun. Exactly. Yeah.
Now, how hard was it to let go of your aesthetics? I mean, we talked about this yesterday briefly off camera about integrity of known for the way that they mould things and the hidden junctions and in framework. I mean, this is all exposed. You've got all these bolts here. It's like that bolt-on stuff that you guys worked so hard to move away from. Was it hard for you to let go of that?
That's true. It is to a degree. That I guess is a bit of a nod to the heavy duty aspect of it.
Yep.
Show the big bolt heads, but at the same time try to make it look pretty. So we're striving for a balance.
Look, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not criticising it whatsoever. I mean, the form of the metal and the shape of it is still beautiful. It's very much in integrity style. It's just the exposed bolts that we're not used to. So probably why I walked past it yesterday and didn't recognise it. So I saw you first before I recognised the equipment.
Maybe that's a good thing. Because it's that being that parallel market. It's we're just sort of after a whole different, trying to give a different impression, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. But it is under the Super Duty Modular Group Trainer brand. Check it out and go to my website. You'll find a link directly to the site where Ken's actually got this modular system, and it does come in a number of unlimited amounts. I mean, your imagination is basically the key to this, isn't it?
That's right. It's modular, so there's about 12 different configurations that can arrange the stations in, depending on the size of the gym.
Yep.
So yeah.
Fantastic. And would this be classified as the biggest version that you do?
Almost. We can actually add another station onto each end, but yeah, it doesn't get much larger in size than this, but you can add more stations within roughly the same footprint.
Fantastic. And it was great to see that Ken and the guys have also got a number of the other classic pieces that they normally do, as well as the stealth bike, which I've been a big fan of for many years. So how are you going in the other market? Is this where you're headed, or are you still very much on your core business?
No, we're still focusing on our core business, but this is I guess you'd describe it as it's a parallel market. It's not necessarily either or.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. This is Nate and Ken at the Australian Fitness and Health Expo 2014 in Melbourne. Enjoy.